Grill here. Hi, welcome back to Roundtable Gaming, where we talk about games and every else juncture of it all. So today I have Super.
Hi.
We have Dragon King.
Hello.
And for our very special guest, we have my gamer's game, also known as Griff.
Hi.
This is the second collab.
It's so awkward. It's so awkward. I'm just sitting here. I'm like,
We're all just sort of sitting here.
Well, yeah, and I know he's gonna enjoy what I'm gonna stream later.
I'm the one sitting on my bed right now.
Well, I just hope you're not
Discord
bungee jumping whilst you're in a Skype call. That's all I'm gonna say. I just hope you're not doing some sort of extreme activity.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean, I was planning on playing Nerf Gun Roulette later.
Oh, gosh. So, anyway, today we're talking about early access games. Are they a good thing, or is it gonna end up just flopping over time? It could be...
And this was my idea.
That was your idea, Super. And we're gonna talk about, like, those in the past, those that are current, so we're gonna roll with this. So early access has always been like that. Like, you can buy the game, that's early access, but they, of course, typically there will be a bunch of updates in the game, that, like a lot of games do. Either to patch things up or to make it a lot better for the players to enjoy until the full game is released. So, what early access do you guys are thinking of on the top of your heads?
Well, first one off the... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Go ahead.
It was your
Well,
top.
I mean, I already had a list prepared for this, and then I changed it because I decided, you know what, I'm not going to put Shell Shock Live on here because I already
Please
said
don't, because I have it.
No, I'm not putting Shell Shock Live. So,
I think you've literally talked about that in every single one of these since it
Yes.
started.
Yeah, so that's why I think you were smart in not doing that.
Yeah, I have a week logged on the game.
Yeah,
God.
I have a problem.
you do.
No kidding.
So what game are you thinking on top of your head?
Well, I don't exactly have a 5 because I couldn't exactly come up with a 5th one.
No, I'm just saying
because,
what game on top of your head. We're not doing like a list.
M.exe.
I
M.exe. A lot of people describe it as the love child of Pokemon and Digimon.
I've never heard of that
Same
game.
thing.
Basically, Pokemon's combat system in real time and in 3D.
Ooh,
Like, you can move around and everything.
that sounds a lot
It's
interesting.
super fun.
That
like,
does
there's
sound
even a
interesting. I might
Discord-
want to look into that.
Yeah, there's like, it's $15. It's like, there's a Discord which the developer is in. He is active. He's not that active, but he is like a really friendly person to talk to him.
Well, he's a developer. He can't exactly stay active in a Discord.
Exactly. Well, I mean, yeah. But I mean, like, I love the game to bits.
All right,
I-
so yeah, we get that you like it, Super. You might be talking for hours on it if we let you continue. So,
Oh, come on, these are early access games. There's not that much content.
no.
I don't
Try
feel
again.
bad about that joke.
Hold on. First of all, that's debatable if depending on the early access that you're talking about.
Well, I
It
mean,
could-
the-
it could be
I know.
anything, really.
I was trying to make a joke.
All right.
There are 3 current early access games that come to mind off the top of my head. There's We Happy Few, Ark Survival Evolved, and Subnautica.
Okay, so We Happy Few. I've seen it pop up every now and then with that. What is it?
I know. I just have a huge problem with We Happy Few.
Because why? I've never seen any gameplay.
Okay, so if you haven't seen any gameplay, it's procedurally generated, which is a word that has been flying around the internet a lot in the past few months.
Every other fucking game people are
I know,
popping up
so-
that is procedurally generated.
It's the new butterfly effect. Remember when every game last year and the year previous was like, butterfly effect, it's all around the players' decisions and all that.
Yeah,
Like
But
it-
now it's all like,
That's
nothing
huge.
will be the same in each game.
Okay,
Everything
so
will be
kind of like the
completely different.
tell games in a sense, but also with the big hits like
even though
Life is
in
Strange
reality, the story is pretty much going to be the same. It's tailored. It's just like there's little snippets here and there that are affected by your choices.
Well,
but most
Super,
everything.
can I speak before you make things a little worse, please? I was saying something and you were.
Sorry.
Let me finish
Put
my
my hand
thought.
up. I'm going to be polite and put my hand up.
Thank you, Griff. But like I was saying, like okay, we did have a lot of those games, and a lot of some of the games that did succeed was Until Dawn and Life is Strange. That was the biggest hits that I can remember of 2015 that came out.
Butterfly effect, yeah.
Yes. That
Yeah.
had that big butterfly effect. And actually, I'm really interested, probably in Halloween, to play Until Dawn. And I would like to play Life is Strange only because I like the aesthetic of it. And the story doesn't seem all that bad.
But this seems to be a thing that's now coming into the RPG world. Up until a few years ago, the RPG world you had the exact same experience. But
Yeah.
I think with The Witcher, it has 10 different endings, and with Fallout, well, there's not really an ending. In Fallout, you just keep going. But that's the thing. Games are just becoming so big with their stories and how they're ending and how they're progressing with the player. They're just trying to make everything unique, and that's how.
We've really scattered off from what we were originally talking about.
Yes, so,
I do
so
wanna say
Dragon,
one
continue with the We
thing.
Happy Few.
Yes.
Oops.
Actually, technically, Fallout has 4 endings.
Apparently.
Anyways,
But two
alright.
of the-
Anyway,
but
Alright,
in
let's
reality,
try-
only
let's
two
try-
endings.
Dragon.
may I talk about
And
the
the-
games that I talked about?
We're not
Yes,
gonna spoil
please.
anything.
So
you.
essentially, We Happy Few, as Griff said, it's procedurally generated, but it takes place in like a dystopian, like London-esque scene where
Yeah. If you wanted
Where-
to imagine an English village, We Happy Few is the simulator.
yeah, but essentially, everyone is like you have to be taking this drug called joy. If you want to like live in like happy-go-lucky town and not like the decaying garden as they call it or something like that. I haven't played too much of it, even though I've got it installed on my computer. But I think that's mainly because it runs like shit on my computer. So, but I thought it really was really interesting with like the whole like mechanic of like taking the joy to work around and find the things that you need in the happy and like rich town, and then but you understand that nothing you see when you take joy is reality, because one of the first things you see in the beginning of the game is there's like a
Oh, I know what he's
Cake
talking
or-
about.
yeah, there's like a cake or a piñata on like
It's
the table
piñata.
okay, thank you, at like a birthday party, and they're talking about how they need to smash it open. So you get like a baseball bat and and you smash open the piñata, but what comes out is not candy, it's
Don't spoil
blood.
it. Don't-
And
Well, no, everyone saw it from E3.
ever-
it can't possibly
it's-
be in a spoiler when
Yeah,
it was
I
was a
mean,
trailer.
I did not
I've
see
seen
any
little
trailers. I
gameplays
would
here
not
and there,
know
like
that.
the
Anyways-
trailer clips, but I have
Anyways,
never
this-
really seen the gameplay.
I'll yell spoiler alert here, but whatever. It's not really a spoiler. Anyways, as it turns out, when the joy fades off, your character who did not take his joy finds out that this piñata is actually a dead rat.
Ow!
And-
Oh my
and-
Oh, and they're
God.
eating it, by the way. They're eating
And they
it.
eat they eat its organs. Yeah. So
Oh my
throws up.
gosh! Oh,
Yeah.
gross!
So-
gross. Okay,
so-
no more,
so
no
Joy-
more,
so
no
Joy-
more. I get the
no,
point.
I
I
get
get
the
the point.
I'm not describing it. I'm not
Thank you.
describing any actions or anything, but joy is essentially
Happy
So-
drugs.
so it's a happy drug, but it also distorts what you see. So you're always happy, you're always friendly, but
Like a
what
hallucinogen,
really is
in a
going on is like
sense.
completely
Hold on,
different.
Hold on. Okay, I'm thinking. Just keep talking. I'm thinking.
So yeah, that's We Happy Few. Ark Survival Evolved and
No, I have-
Subnautica are both. Yeah, I have Ark as
What-
well.
what
I
is
have,
it,
I have
Griff?
all 3 of these games.
No, I want to go
Anyways.
back to Few because I'm angry at that game.
Okay,
Okay,
you go
fine.
ahead and talk about it because we're still on the subject
You-
of this. Because this
Okay,
is
you do your
really,
thing,
really
yeah.
I
intriguing.
do apologize. That I have cut in, but I need.
No, it's
to
fine.
get
That's fine. I get it.
Because this game, okay, so like I said, it was at E3, and if you did see what they showed at E3, you would have said, oh, that looks like a story progressed game. So when I watched some gameplay, I went, this isn't gameplay, because it looks like it could be a Telltale game or a Bioshock game. It looked like it was going to play out like a Bioshock game.
Yeah, when I
But
first saw it, I was like, is this Bioshock?
Well, I know,
Never played
right?
anything like it.
But it's not. It's, sir, you're being hunted. That's what it is.
Oh, I like that game.
Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm really, really intrigued. I might get it actually if I get the money for it. But
Yeah.
all right.
But
So
anyway,
what is your next one,
Ark.
Giant?
Okay, so the second one I said was Ark Survival Evolved, which is
Ooh.
basically you're dropped onto an island that's full of prehistoric creatures and you need to survive.
I
It's
think
yeah,
I've seen little bits of gameplay with that one.
You can literally ride dinosaurs in this game.
So basically, it's like Jurassic Park or Jurassic World.
No, it's like
Uh,
Flintstones combined itself with Jurassic Park.
Basically,
Ooh,
yeah.
I like that little
It's-
analogy there. Yeah.
It's a really, really cool game. I haven't been able to play too much of it because it runs even worse than We Happy Few on my computer.
You might need a new computer.
Yeah, I'm saving up. That's besides the point. But I've seen a lot of good gameplay for it, and it's really fun. It's really cool. It's like as they said, as you guys said, it's like Flintstones meets Jurassic Park and Jurassic World, but throw Minecraft into it, and you basically got
Whoa.
Ark Survival.
Actually, that does sound pretty cool. I might look into that one too. It might not run on my computer. And my computer
Oh, it's
might be a little different.
Got pretty high it's got pretty high graphic settings.
Yeah, if they tone down the graphics just a smidge, they'd be fine.
Wow.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Well, it's whatever, but it's been in early access for like forever. So
Okay,
No, a
so
game that's been in early
yeah.
access forever is DayZ and
God.
Rust. They have been
Oh
in
my gosh.
early access since I actually picked up a controller.
All right, so yeah,
I don't
let
know,
him finish and then
Subnautica.
we'll get with those two games. Okay, Griff. All right,
Then
so
there's
what's the third one?
And my top pick, the one that I'm super excited to see finally finish. Oh, hold on, my phone's going off.
Alright, so while he's gone doing his phone, Griff, what about one of the two that you were saying about or that were the longest in early access?
No idea what you're on about.
I mean, you were saying something about two games that were early access since you had a controller in your hand.
Oh, Rust and DayZ. I've never played them, but well, first off, DayZ, the base game is broken. My friend plays it all the time, but it's only because he bought Armor 2, and there's a mod that puts the base game of DayZ into Armor, and combining the two games makes it better.
Oh
So
wow!
it's an early access game that has never been fixed, and probably will never get fixed, but it's just continuously been in early access for as long as I can remember.
Oh,
What,
goodness.
Daisy and Rust?
DayZ and Rust, just been there forever.
I've
Oh,
got
man.
Rust. It's pretty fun, and it's gotten a lot of updates recently, but it's been in early access for a very, very long time.
Like, when is the full game coming out, man?
I don't know.
Thing. This is a good example of why early access is bad, because that game doesn't even have a full version. It's still probably half of what the game could probably
They
be.
should just make it a free MMO then, if they're gonna keep doing that.
This is why I like Kickstarter, because when you pay into it, you feel like you can, you know at the end of it you're going to get the end product of what you put into it.
Mhm.
Just
Like Mighty Number 9, basically.
Yes. The only early access game I've always praised in my entire life is Mini Metro. If you don't know what it is, it's a
I
small...
love that game.
It's great. It's a great little puzzler. Go play it if you haven't played it. But that is the only game on early access. If I could, I would pump money into it now.
Wait, Mini Metro's in early access?
Yeah, it's still in early access.
Yeah, me and Solston are interested in one MMO that is on Kickstarter at the moment, and the way it's sounding, the way it looks, gosh, I wish it was up right now. But what's the third one now?
Oh yeah,
Sorry about
Subnautica.
Subnautica?
I'm sure if you guys watch Smosh, like the actual Smosh Games channel, not fucking SGA.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you'll know that the one of the most recent friendly fires was actually Subnautica.
Yeah, and I've seen Markiplier actually play that, and it does look really cool, but the graphic settings are so high, I can't play it.
Oh, I can, but whenever I open the game says, "Hey, your GPU isn't powerful enough. Stop trying to play this game." But
That too.
essentially, the basis of the game is you're the the one survivor of the crash of the ship called the Aurora, and you're on this water planet, and you must survive essentially, and find resources and all that other stuff, and try to not to get eaten alive by all the violent things in the ocean. But like it's actually if it's following the list of things that the developers have said on their Trello and stuff like that, then the game actually should come out in the next couple months, like fully done.
Yeah, I think everybody will be so happy when that comes out. I know, like a forest of some kind was early access recently too. So, it began with a forest. It's like where you were on a plane and then it crashes and you have to survive from that.
Yeah, it's still in early access, but so I'm really excited because they're saying that there's a lot of they're implementing like a full story into Subnautica, and I feel like there definitely could totally be a good story behind it and stuff like that. And it's going to be built around one creature called the called the Sea Emperor, which I'm not actually sure if they've completely finished developing its animations and stuff like that yet. I know they finished the Sea Dragon Leviathan, just because.
Oh, that looked really cool! Like I was like, oh crap, that looks wicked.
Something you may or may not know is that it actually has an animation where it will actually it actually eats you. It actually it actually your mouth goes completely around you before you die.
Oh wow.
It was horrifying. I tested that out in my own game at one point. It was horrifying, but what I find really cool about that is just how much they can do with the underwater elements. Like with on land, there's very little they can do like on land, but in water there's no real
threat. Danger. Creatures.
There's no limit to what they can do. Sorry. There's no limit.
Because I've seen so many of these buildings that you can make and what you can do, and I was like, holy crap, if I could run this game, or if it was on PS4, I'd get that game.
That's the thing, though, is that when it's released, it's going on Xbox One and PS4.
Whoa, nice!
Wait, what?
Yeah, hold on.
We're definitely doing another collab on that one.
I'm gonna find that. Well, that's the thing, is it does not have multiplayer yet. But I feel like Subnautica would be the perfect game for multiplayer. It needs to have multiplayer.
It definitely does. And sorry about my camera. My phone was going off.
It would be like the best multiplayer ever because like Minecraft is amazing and people have so much fun with that. But like, there's not as much danger in once you get to a certain point, there's no real danger in Minecraft.
Except losing all your stuff that you spent hours on mining.
Yeah, well, but still, once you're armored up enough and you have strong enough weapons, nothing can really harm you.
Don't forget, the greatest enemy is lag.
This is the person who lags out for the rest of us.
With Subnautica, it does not matter how much stuff you have, things will kill you because they are not actually implementing guns into the game. There's no way to really kill something unless you take out your survival knife and just hack away at it.
Oh, now this is intriguing.
Basically, everything wants to kill you, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah.
Not so much
I feel like... yeah.
Can I...
Sorry.
Anyways, the Seamoth has, like, torpedoes, which can do things, but they're like vortex torpedoes or gas torpedoes, which basically either scare them away or the vortex torpedo just flings them off in a random direction.
Oh my gosh.
Ping them up into space.
Yep. Definitely.
However, another thing the only other things there's a stasis rifle, which the longer you charge it, it creates a big stasis bubble. That's the only way you can actually stop the big creatures like the Reaper and the Leviathan and the Sea Dragon.
Are you sure you're not talking about Dead Space right now?
We are certain. We are certain.
And then there's the propulsion and repulsion cannon, which basically just the propulsion cannon brings things to you, and then you can shoot them off somewhere. So for like small enemies like the biters or like bleeders, you can just sort of grab them, fling them off, and kill them like that.
Oh
and
no!
Then shoot things away. But I continue on, you guys. I'm gonna find the other thing about Subnautica and PS4 and Xbox One thing.
Okay, so Griff, what game would you get if early access more of?
Okay, I want to warn everybody. My list is 9 games long.
That's fine.
Um,
That's fine. Just go ahead and list them off and tell us about them.
Don't worry,
Luckily,
I'm
luckily
distracted
we've
playing
done
video
We
games
Happy Few.
anyways.
Yes,
We've done
because
We
that
Happy.
that does look really interesting to me. I'm trying to stay away from it as much as possible, just to surprise myself.
Fair enough.
No spoilers for me.
Okay, hold quickly before we begin. I just found it. They've already said they're going to release it for Xbox One, and depending on how it fares on the Xbox One and stuff like that, they will probably release one on PS4 as well.
Sounds like Fallout mods that isn't gonna ever come to PS4.
Oh, that's possible. But
All right. So, what other games have you listed, Griff?
Okay, so we all know about the controversy with No Man's Sky.
Yeah, that looks more like an early access than it does a full game,
Well,
which makes
I
no
can
stinking
list-
sense.
Yeah,
I can
well, the
recommend
thing with
and
No
it's
Man's
the
Sky,
one.
the media, that's what did it in, honestly.
Agreed.
Like, the PR, like, if you
Because
paid
the
attention
PR
to the
got
people
too
who
much hype.
actually made the frickin' game, you'd know that this is what it's supposed to be. Like,
yeah,
the
the media.
media, they blew it out of proportion.
I didn't even hear about it until 2 months before it released.
Well, I've known about it for a while.
Yeah, so have I.
So,
Same.
Griff, have you played the game or no?
No Man's Sky, I've sadly put about 12 plus hours into it, but I've stopped. The funny thing is, I was hyping myself up to be playing that game for a very long time. After 12 hours, I bought a better RPG. I bought The Witcher, and
Which Witcher? 3, 2, or
Three.
1? 3? I have it too, but I was like, I beat it last year, but then I tried to stream it, and I was like, why did I play this
No.
again?
To be honest, it's a game where I'll play it and then I'll finish it, but I'll never go back again.
Yeah, that's
It's
one of
not
those
like,
games.
It's not like Uncharted. Well, I'll play it again and again because I really like the story. Basically, Uncharted. No, going off topic.
By the
But
way, yeah, tip. You should stream Bloodborne.
oh my
When I get an
God.
external hard drive, I will be getting Bloodborne and the new Final Fantasy game.
Do you not delete games?
I do not, unfortunately.
Why?
I don't know. I feel like it's what?
Literally, the first game it doesn't matter. Just keep deleting games. That's what I do. If I don't play them after.
But does
2
it still
months,
keep
delete.
track of how much you purchased them, though? If you want to re-download it?
No, it's
One
you have
moment.
PlayStation Plus,
One
right?
moment.
Yes, I do.
Sorry, somebody walked.
Then it has a cloud save. So your base, generally the data will be saved. Like your save file will be somewhere in the cloud.
Okay.
So
As long as
deleting-
you're a PlayStation
Well,
Plus member, right?
Well,
Yeah.
everything is saved in the cloud, so it doesn't matter. It's like everything in like every console or anything is saved on the cloud, so you'll always have access to it.
yeah. So
Okay.
deleting a game will not
Okay,
remove
so I'll
all-
delete some games I haven't played in ages.
yeah,
So
do. I recommend. Anyway,
anyway, back on topic.
when the No Man's Sky controversy happened, I said I can easily list and give you a recommendation for a much better space game, and it's Pulsar Lost Colony. I don't know if
Never
you guys
heard of that.
Never heard of that. Basically, it's Star Trek. Get at least 3 of your mates and yourself. Get into that game, and it's just so much fun. It's got a long way to go, but the thing is, it feels more polished at this stage than No Man's Sky does at its finished release stage.
Ooh, nice.
That's what I say. I mean, No Man's Sky. It's a very pretty game. It has a great concept.
But
poorly
the problem
executed.
is, what they promised, they fell short on.
Yeah, it's true, but what the developer of No Man's Sky said, he kept saying it's an indie game. Don't get your hopes up. It's gonna be. He just said it's an indie game, and we all know indie games are sweet, short experiences. But the media and and what PlayStation were doing with its whole burst of new game, it's pretty much the biggest game out there. They kind of blew it up so out of proportion. So here's what No Man's Sky actually is, and then here's the circle of what everyone thought it was going to be. That's what it was like.
Yeah, that's the one thing people were being stupid on. So what is the next one? So
The next one, Oh god.
Off the topic of No Man's Sky, we're done with that.
Okay, no more space games. Oops, out 2 games. Sorry,
Yeah,
3
we're gonna go back to No Man's Sky at that point with
3
that one.
games.
Yeah.
Any of you guys heard of BMG Drive?
I think
No.
I've heard of that.
If you haven't, I recommend you just go watch it because there's almost every Jacksepticeye and Markiplier and
Yeah, I've definitely seen it.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's basically a physics car game. So
Oh
when
gosh.
a big developer releases a new game or they got new hardware coming out, they release a demo, like what the game and engine has to offer. G drivers, but it's a game. It's really weird. But if you just want to fuck around with car physics and crush things and make things should not be, it's like that. It's weird. It's a game that should not be a game, but it is a game because it's just. Do you know what I mean?
So Twisted
Yeah.
Metal.
Twisted, yeah.
Okay, and that game was called what again?
The next car challenge or something?
That
That
does
one
sound
was-
pretty cool. That does sound fun. I've seen Total Accurate Battle Simulator, which I heard like there are a bunch of frame rate problems, even with the beast of a computer. If anybody got one, and
Yeah.
Well, just look at Smosh Games play it.
you should see how Jacksepticeye and Markiplier played it.
Oh lord.
Yeah, that was funny
We're
too.
really getting into this argument.
No, but
really?
that was one of the early access ones I got in the mind. Besides, we have a few. What other games, Griff?
Lego Worlds. You all must have.
Oh
that
my
one was super
gosh! I have that on my
my
wish
God.
list. Someone give it to me, please.
I love how you all 3 of you, just instantly went, "Oh, that game." You all did it at the same time.
No, I said, oh,
Yeah.
it looks pretty.
Oh no, I know, but you all reacted at the same time.
Yeah, Mariah, I literally only have one thing on my wish list, and that's Outlast 2, which is probably not going to run on my computer as well.
You need a new one. I might
Yeah,
be
well,
getting
I need-
Outlast 2 because I have seen a whole ton of gameplay of Outlast 1, so I know what it is, and I have experienced it.
Speaking of which, I need to record some more Outlast.
Gotta get on that, mister.
Yeah, well, I've been having too much fun with other games. Okay, I've been trying to punch through some of the visual novels I started.
Oh, trust me, I've got so many games that I'm trying to punch through. It's not even funny. I'm just happy I complete some of them. So, what's the next one, Griff? So because we're
the
going
next
down
one-
too many rabbit holes.
The next one, The Long Dark.
Lone
Oh, I've
Dark.
heard of that one.
Never heard of it.
Never heard of it.
I don't know too much about it, but I've heard of it.
Combine Firewatch with Minecraft and DayZ.
Oh gosh.
And that's what that game is. It's really art style's beautiful. It just needs a lot of polishing, but basically the base game of what we have already is pretty fun actually. If you don't know what it is, I'd recommend just go watch someone play it. Don't buy it. Go watch someone play it, because yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to waste your money and then end up not liking it. That's the whole reason of
Yeah,
gameplay
that's
videos
what I
that I
have a
like
problem
about
with
it.
early access in.
Well, can
That's
I state a problem I have with early access?
What?
Have any of you guys noticed that all early access games these days are either Minecraft clones of some sort or involve zombies?
I have noticed that pattern.
Or they're based off of Flash games.
Or that, yeah.
Yeah, definitely that one.
But I mean, like, I'm playing a pretty good game that's based off of Flash games right now.
Yeah, I
like it's
mean,
stacked.
I love how you
other
do
than
that.
we have a few,
You can't-
I've seen the pattern. Except we have a few, and I think Dead by Daylight is still early
I
access,
love
is it?
No, Dead by Daylight is fully released.
Oh, is it fully released now?
That is a fully released game.
Oh gosh,
not early
but
access.
it was an early access at one point, wasn't it?
It was.
Yes, it was. But it is a fully released game now. It actually just got its first free DLC.
Oh gosh, I need
It's
to
free,
download
though.
that.
It's perfectly free DLC though.
I need to download the free DLC then.
Yeah, it has a new killer, a new set of a new location with a few maps in it, and a new survivor.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, and the new killer's broken as hell. She blinks. You know the blink ability in like League of Legends and
For
like
those of
Dota
you
where
who
you,
don't know what it is, it's basically a short-range teleport.
oh no, it depending on how long you hold it, you could actually clear the entire map
Oh
Oh,
god.
with
teleport
with her
from
blink.
one side.
So, Griff, what's the
those
next
are,
one?
those
We're going
with-
down the next rabbit hole. I don't want to go too deep with this one.
Oh well, Dead by Daylight technically falls into this somewhat, but
Well, it was an early access, and I can say personally I loved it.
This next one I have a huge problem with. YouTuber's life.
oh fuck that game.
Oh
Fuck
man,
that game.
that game I had played it on my channel, and all I can say is it's repetitive. It's too repetitive, and I got to a point where it was at the end, and I'm like, is there any more? Like, what is going on?
Like, literally, there's not enough time. That's my major problem. Like, you don't have enough time to do everything. Like,
My
you
major
get to a
problem
point
is when it
where
came
if you
out, it
decide
started
to act-
gaming. And I was like, vlogs were actually the first thing to come on YouTube, not gaming. I mean, come on.
I look at that game and I just see a shitty version of Honeycomb Studio.
What? No, let's not mention that game.
Am I
No.
really the only person who's pronounced it CUNY?
Yes.
Yes. What do
And
you
Chris just-
What do you
another
think of
very- another
YouTubers'
very-
life, Griff? Just tell me honestly.
What do I think? Well, alright, sit back, people. You know when the game Tube Tycoon came out?
Yes,
Oh, God.
that actually was pretty fun for a little bit.
Okay, so I laughed at that concept of the game, because, you know, it was just a graph game. That's basically what it was, and it was just a game of luck. It was pretty awful in my mind. And then I made a joke saying, ha ha ha, imagine if someone made a Sims version of YouTuber's life. And guess what came out?
YouTuber's life.
The exact same title, with the exact same thought in my head, and I put my head to the desk and went, what? I genuinely can't believe that this is a game that is being published, and it's in early access.
You
Look,
want to know what I have a problem with though? Is that these games like Tube Tycoon and YouTuber's Life are totally trivializing how actually difficult it is to make it on YouTube. Like they'll say that you can get like hundreds or thousands of views within a few days.
no.
I'm lucky if I get 20. I've been at this for
No.
a year, and I'd be lucky if I get fucking 20.
Hey, can I say some words about
Yeah.
this?
What?
If you want an accurate representation of what we think on this, like a better, more fleshed out version, go watch NerdCube's video on it.
Yeah, go watch NoQ's video on it.
I will definitely check that out. But what I can say is that when I saw it, at first I thought, okay, maybe this could be kind of cool. It did represent somewhat real life, but then it got repetitive to the point where it was like, what is going on here?
Sorry,
This
in
is so
what?
stupid.
In what aspect does YouTuber's life represent life? It represents nothing
Just
of the real world.
just
Yeah,
making the
that-
video and just going to school or something like that.
That's like the most basic form of a YouTuber's life. Like,
Yeah.
honestly,
Yeah.
like these games trivialize how hard it is to make it on YouTube. Like people play this game like, oh, I can make it on YouTube easy, and then they go and find out it's like a million billion fucking times harder.
It is.
most of
Like,
us have
the
been
analytics, it's like, okay, when you are a small channel like all of us are, in a sense, because we recognize like 150 and under, I'd call like the smallest, and then as you grow, like, it's still pretty small until you hit like maybe 100,000.
Yeah, well,
Or a
I
million.
I was happy to see one of my recent videos hit almost 500 views in the first few days. I think that's just because of the title I used and the CG that was used from the game in the thumbnail, but that's besides the point.
Well, what I basically say about YouTuber's life is it's the game built for clickbait.
Yeah.
It's
Basically-
What YouTube
literally
essentially
clickbait.
is. Except, for the people who actually try and are good at the thing.
I mean, I was kind of good at it to an
So I'm
extent.
talking about YouTube itself, not the game.
Yeah, well, in the game I was, but in real life, I just hit 80 subs. So. And
I'm
I've been
still
on this for over a year.
at 120.
Damn. Wait, you've been on YouTube for a year.
I've been on YouTube for over a year, yeah.
So have I. We've all been on YouTube for about over a year now. I think we all started
I've been
with
on
the.
YouTube for 5 years.
How big
Okay.
is your channel?
90 subs. And decreasing.
I can sympathise with that. I've been doing it. My 4th year will start on the 8th of September, and I'm stuck at 90.
Wow, I'm the one who has the largest number of subscribers here. What the hell?
Yeah,
I have
yeah.
100.
No,
There's
it's not.
words
It's
going
not that I have a
through my
problem
mind
with that.
right
It's
now.
just that it just doesn't. You can
It
do it for
doesn't
as long as you
correlate.
want.
That's-
Nothing moves. Nothing can move for
Well,
I
ages.
think what
Hold on.
how I
I'm gonna-
skyrocketed was my streams, though. But
Hold on, I'm gonna link one of my more recent videos from a couple weeks ago, and this is the one that shot up in views and into the chat, and you'll understand why when you see the thumbnail.
oh, that one! Oh my gosh, I saw that and I'm
Yeah,
like,
that
why?
attracted me.
Why?
That
No,
would
you have to
attract me.
understand though is that image is actually in the game. It is actually in the video, so I'm not lying about what's in the video with this. I'm not. This is not clickbait. This is just using what's actually in the game to my best advantage. But yeah, the game is literally clickbait as well, though. It's literally full of clickbait anyway.
No, it's the game made for clickbait. It's weird.
That is,
It's
yeah, I would have to agree. So, off the subject of YouTubers' life,
After all of our anger and salt.
Because fuck that game.
okay.
yeah, I stopped recording it. I was like, this is just too, no. So, what's the next one, Griff?
I have one more, so don't worry, it's all over soon. You guys might never have heard of it because it's a VR game, but it's called Trickster. It's basically Robin Hood Simulator.
Oh, I think I've seen Jacksepticeye play that.
Well, then I am completely wrong, and I apologize.
It's okay.
I mean, I've never heard of it.
Well,
never-
for me, it's like the whole VR thing, like, there are a lot of early access VR games. But the problem is, not a lot of us have the VR sets.
Well, that's the problem with VR and not so much early access.
Well, the cheapest VR system that's going to come out that isn't for to plug your mobile into it is the PlayStation VR, and that's oh god, now I've got to convert it for you lot for dollars. 300. So it's
A lot
about
of money.
$390, about $400.
That's
Yeah, you might
basically
as
buying a whole new console.
That's the cheapest.
You might
That's
as well
what's
just buy a
insane.
fucking console.
Yeah, well, I've always been a console fan, so.
PC
Yeah, well-
Master Race.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I
Anyway,
like both PC and
different
PS4, so
discussion for
don't.
another
No, nope. Okay, so with me, it's like, okay, early access, it could be a good thing, and it could be a bad thing. The bad part, I played Unturned for the first time because it was finally free. I
Fuck
tried it,
that.
and by the
game
time this video
in
is up,
particular.
by the time this video is up, it will already be on my channel. I hated the game. It just puts you there, and it doesn't really tell you what buttons
there
to
is a
press or
tutorial.
anything.
There's
And
a
it was...
tutorial.
I didn't skip the tutorial.
I said there is a.
There was none for me.
Well, I mean, there is one now.
Well,
Seriously,
sucks
didn't
to
play
be you then.
Yeah,
I
no.
played a tutorial in that game. Like, I remember there being an update specifically adding a tutorial.
Not when I had the game.
When did you play the game?
I just played it Friday.
I played the tutorial months ago.
That awkward moment when.
But you get what I'm saying, but all I can say, it was rage-inducing, which some people will like, but what I hated was the fact that I was not told, like, I understood what the game was, it's about surviving a zombie apocalypse, but it just,
Ish.
that was just it, and it was like Minecraft. I'm like, what the crap? It's with all
Okay.
Minecraft stuff.
In my defense, in Unturned's defense, it can be a fun game, but you need to be able to play with friends who know a lot about tech, so they can open a private server.
Mm.
Because
But the
thing is, I'm talking. If you go into a public server, what's usually going to happen is you're going to get killed a lot before you can actually find good stuff. And where the good
So
stuff
Rust.
is, the people who have the good stuff, they're going to camp this area. They're just going to kill you for the site.
So basically, Daisy and Rust, and
Yes.
only with Minecraft graphics.
Yeah,
basically,
basically that's
Daisy
unturned.
it's Daisy and Rust. Shit crap. Shit game.
Yeah.
And shit
You see, I have no problem with early access because it gets people like hyped
There are
up the
some
game.
diamonds
Like,
and rocks.
I mean, okay, We Happy Few did look like a good game to me, in a sense, and that's one of those games that you definitely should get for early access just to see if they can improve on it. There are some mechanics in other games that, of course, could improve on as time goes on, like a good MMO or a good RPG, stuff like that. The thing is, there are also bad early access games, and a lot of them take from Minecraft, which has gone crazy.
Well, I mean, you could really say every survival game is some form of ripoff of Minecraft, because, let's be honest, in this day and age, everything is a ripoff of everything else.
Yeah, any input, Griff?
Agreed. There's too many rip-offs now for anything to actually be original material. It's either a rip-off, a remake, or a sequel.
I mean, We Happy Few, it does take inspiration from Bioshock. I have seen some gameplay of Bioshock, but it has its own real good twist to it. It has its own flavor. It's not saying, hey, this is Bioshock. I get the vibes from it, but that's it.
Like, in and of itself, I have no problems with early access. I think as long as they were like free, or if they were cheap, like really, really, really cheap, it would allow people to try out your game and like help you develop it and remove any of the bugs that are in the game. That's the whole point of early access, is to get people in there and find all these bugs that might be there. Like Subnautica, literally in its little menu, and it's like a little menu where you can exit out of the game and stuff like that and save the game. It actually gives you the option to report a bug, and generally within the next patch they'll fix that bug if it's reported enough. Like,
yeah, which
I think one of the funniest things I remember from early on in the game, they actually added something into the game, and its in-game text says, "For you, Jacksepticeye."
I literally remember watching an episode of Jacksepticeye playing it, where he like commented on that.
Yeah, but
that's one. If it was free or if it was really cheap, I'd go for the early access. But a lot of these early accesses are going for like $20, $30, which I don't get why. That's kind of expensive, especially for me.
That bothers me definitely. But in and of itself, I don't have a problem with early access. I think the idea of getting people to test it and find these bugs.
It's the roll of the dice. That's all I have to say about it. Early access is a roll of the dice, really.
Absolutely, and like the biggest problem is also that, generally speaking, a lot of early access games never come to fruition. They never get anywhere.
That is why YouTube is a good platform, not only to show, hey, there's an early access game to get people involved, but also it shows, like, hey, get interested and get this developer, tell him how it is, in your perspective.
Griff, you're too polite. Don't just raise your hand, just start talking.
Just start talking, please.
Speaking of just talking, can I actually talk?
Oh my god!
Let him talk! He barely has had any words in here!
Silent. I'm good at being a mute, don't worry about it, continue.
No, Griff, let us hear from you. You are a good guest today. Just come on, please. Please.
He says let him talk, I'm gonna let him talk.
Oh, okay, fine, just a little tidbit.
About a game that actually recently left early access. It's a cheap and fun little game. It's called Ultimate Arena. Like, and you're basically paying for what, you're paying. It's not that expensive, so you're expecting what you get.
I'll tell you what game we
basically, It's basically like it's like a Hunger Games sim, except you're playing from like perspective of the gamekeepers. Like you're placing traps in the arena, you're setting up events, stuff like
That
that.
sounds
And it's
fun as
really,
hell,
and it's
actually.
And that does sound pretty fun. That
Okay, now
looks
one
like a
moment
good
while I
game.
shout
Okay, so Griff, what are you gonna say?
Can't remember. Hold on.
Can't remember. Hold on. I love it.
Hold on. That's what I was gonna
And
say.
I need to
No,
be a
I
little quick
was-
because my family wants to go to dinner.
Okay. No. What you know? What recent? He said what game recently came out of early access. But I've just remembered another one that's recently come out of early access, which was Prison Architect.
Yes, I'm getting that game once I
No,
get the
it's
money
a good
because
game.
that looks good. I like the story and I like the
Okay.
that does. So, and I think we're gonna end this here so
Well,
it's not too
But,
bad.
but yeah, just to close things off, like the biggest problem with early access is like they charge too much. They're all clones of the same thing in the long run, and and really so like way too many of them never
Please make
early access.
any developer who watches this. Please, just if you want to make an early access game, make it fresh, make it new, make it either free or cheap for everybody to play, and make
And try
it
to get
fun.
it out of early access.
Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla.
Oh, I love Brawlhalla.
Yes! Like Brawlhalla. That was a
Oh,
good
yeah.
game. That is a good game. So I want to thank you guys so much for watching. I want to thank all my guests for today. And like I said, guys, if you want any topic to be discussed in this kind of podcast, leave in the comments down below. We will talk about those. We can also talk about any other topic. And we will come up with a new topic for the next month. So I want to thank you guys all so much for watching, and I hope to see you all later. Stay frosty! Bye! See you next time!